Yeah.
So Andy says, I'm replacing the messenger bag I've used as a briefcase for years and years with a backpack. And that's got me rethinking how I use my daily carry bag. Like many of us, I suspect, I carry a laptop, iPad, and sometimes a Kindle. That's easy. The bag will accommodate them easily in dedicated compartments. As someone who works with a lot of technology, both mine and other people's, I carry a pretty significant array of cables, a bunch of adapters, and a few tools. Historically, I put everything loose in my bag because I didn't have another good option and over time it would turn into progressively more and more of a spaghetti nightmare. Eventually, I would get frustrated enough to take everything out, wrap it all neatly, and put it back in until the next time. Velcro cable ties or pieces of tie line to tie up the cables help to some extent, but I feel like there has to be a better solution. So I'm curious if any of you or your listeners have suggestions on how they manage a large number of USB cables, chargers, small accessories, and adapters, keeping them easily accessible and in a system that's easy to maintain. Thanks, Andy.
I'm sure we each have answers for this, or if we don't, we wish we did. But mine, this is a great question. I don't use my backpack every day because my commute is across the driveway. But I do use my backpack when I travel, and I have, of course, the same issue. Things just become a rat's nest really, really quickly. Thankfully for me, and I say thankfully because it sort of catalyzed my need for a solution. The amount of time that I bring my backpack with me and then also travel on an airplane is like greater than 50% of the time that I bring my backpack. And with that, I needed to come up with a system so that I could get myself on the plane and be very efficient about taking the things out of my backpack that I need or want to have it sort of in the seat back pocket for the flight. And then I can either stow my backpack under the seat and not need to mess with it back and forth, or if there winds up being room in the overhead bin last minute, I can toss it up there and I also don't need to worry about it. So I have a series of little zipper mesh pouches, and in each one of them is a set of cables for a specific purpose. There's one set that I would use on the plane, and so when I get on the plane, I grab that pouch, my water bottle, and my iPad, and then I'm done. I have everything I need. My AirPods are in that pouch, along with whatever cables I might wind up using on a plane. And then I can stow my backpack and I don't need to worry about it. I have another pouch for things that I'd need at night, like in a hotel room or whatever. I have no idea where I got the pouches that I use, but I looked on Amazon and thankfully, to the rescue, they come. I found a set of 6 mesh pouches for less than $10 US on Amazon, and they work like these seem like they would work great. I like the mesh pouches because this way I don't have to I don't have to label it. I literally can look at the pouch and see through the pouch as to what I'm getting and where it is, and it also makes it really easy to like find things in it because it's not like dark inside the pouch. There's just light getting through the side. So that's my answer for this.
Yeah. So even though I don't travel as much, I like to keep a good complement of cables, obviously, in my laptop bag. And I actually happen to have my solution out right now because I got a new laptop and I need to swap out my what's in
Yes.
here. But this is like the best Christmas gift I ever got from my mom. And it's a really cheap for people who aren't on video. It's like a little case. I think it came from like Kohl's, around Christmas time. It was just like one of those little throwaway add-on gift area, the areas they set up where there's a bunch of just little random stuff for, stuff for dads or whatever. And like, I think it was that kind of thing. I think it was probably about $10. But if you open this thing up, it's like Dave's solution. It's got a little bunch of mesh compartments, and I just slide in different cables, adapters. I've got, there's old, let's see, there's even old iPhone styluses in here from back in the day. But I have, my USB, couple USB keys in here and just all my different adapters, and then I'll coil up different cables. And so I need to swap all these out because like some of these are old, like there's a Lightning to USB cable that I probably don't need adapter and I don't need anymore. I've got These are old video adapters for DisplayPort that I don't need anymore. So I got to swap everything out. But I've used that for years and years and years, and it's amazing. But it's like your mesh bag thing. It's just kind of all in one little case.
Yeah, I found something similar to what you have on Amazon here for like $17. It's just, a travel organizer case. So I'll put a link to that in the show notes for everybody, just to give you an idea as to what.
Yeah, and what's great about this is it's not very thick. Like once you get everything in here, and I just slide it in, into one of the outer compartments of my laptop bag, along with my like iPad, and it's just there. I can reach in, but I use I don't know what they call them. It's not the messenger bag style. I have a long vertical bag that just has a flap that opens up on the top, so I can grab everything straight out of the top of it pretty easily.
Yeah.